Ebijou really has been in my blood from the time I was a little girl, right? I mean, I remember playing in my mom's closet, weaving belts together and sewing shirts and finding shells on the beach and just making things. I've always made things. And so throughout my life, when I couldn't find something, I made it. And that was just a part of my story, has always been a part of my story. So when I started making jewelry, it just felt natural. It didn't feel like I was doing anything special. That's why when I made a piece literally the night before my flight, because I was going back home and I just wanted something to zhuzh me up a little bit. And I made this necklace and I was standing in the line at Starbucks and this lady just literally kept poking at me to turn around. And she was asking me where I bought it. And I was like, I made it last night, and just really perplexed because why was she asking about this thing that I just made? Like, it was so mindless to me. And really, I remember after that really, really weird encounter, taking an American Airlines flight to go home and writing on the napkin, okay, what jewelry, question mark. What could this be? What could it be called? What would I make for people? What would people buy? And so that really is the origin story of Ebijou. It's just something that I've made that was just mindless. And someone stopping me and paying attention to it and making me realize that there was some there.
Yeah. And just walk me through, I mean, you got a bunch of great materials and things.
Oh, yeah.
Just walk me through the process of you making a product from idea to fruition. Just walk me through that process.
Sure. So color is all around me constantly. So there's texture, there's color, there's tone. And so I always have a bunch of things around me. I'm always sketching. That's one way that I kind of relieve a little bit of stress, is that I draw patterns. And so there's something that either sparks from a pattern or something that I see outside or just a color. Like I always have plants and flowers around me. So there's always something that I'm pulling from, something that might not typically go together, that I'm always like fusing. And so that's where it starts. It starts from inspiration, from a texture, a color, or some kind of experience. And then I start from there. I pull fabric. I start with a braid pattern. And it really depends. If I'm making something that's really bold and really unique, I'll dial it up a little bit, playing with texture and color. And if it's something a little bit more simple and more muted, like our single clasp chains, that someone can mix and match and make it their own kind of unique thing, it'll be something that's a little bit more simple. But it really can be dialed up or dialed down.
I heard from a little birdie that you're into architecture.
I am. So
how's that? Because somebody's like, I just do it one day, you know.
I know. Oh my gosh, I was a very diligent child. And so from the age of 11, I knew that I wanted to be an architect. I saw a set of blueprints in St. Lucia. We were getting a house built, and I remember, and it could be the color, you know, now that I'm talking to you and thinking about it, that cobalt blue, that vibrant blue, I can close my eyes and see it with the white lines. And it was fascinating. And I think obviously the color drew me to it first. But seeing those blueprints really evoked something. And I remember going home and telling my parents, I want to be an architect. And it's such an odd thing for a child to tell, like, you know, you want to be a doctor or a nurse or a singer. But here I was, and I wanted to be an architect. And I did not steer off that path. So I graduated high school, and I attended the University of Miami School of Architecture. Sup, UM. And I graduated with an architecture degree. I have a love relationship with architecture and symmetry, and it really helped tease out these artistic elements that I continue to use. But yeah, architecture will always be my first love.
So would you say architecture came first or jewelry making?
Oh, the making came first, and the making was always there. And maybe the making led to the architecture, that love of wanting to create and seeing something tangible. Cause that's what architecture is, right? You have a concept, you have an idea, and you bring it to life with many, many people. And so for me, that train track of creativity, that train on the tracks of creativity is always there, that making, whether it's jewelry or designing.
Last question.
Yes.
What advice would you give to other up and coming? Number one, how long have you been making jewelry for? And then what advice would you give to, up and coming jewelry makers, fashion, whatever. It's some crap. Like
Oh, goodness. So I've been doing this semi-seriously since 2016. So that's almost 10 years. And as an amateur, many, many years before that. But if there was any advice that I would give to anyone is trust yourself, follow your gut, and don't take no for an answer, even from yourself. We are our biggest critics. I know it myself. It is a constant battle to always remind yourself that you are worthy and you're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Sometimes the world can be icky and it can make you feel like you don't have a place. But if you feel like you don't have a place, create place, take up space, find a niche, and your tribe will follow you. I never in my wildest dreams imagined anyone wearing Ebijou. And I remember my first craft show that I sold out completely out of everything. And the feeling of there is community here. People want to wear this. This is fun. This is not just something that you made at your kitchen table. It's something that someone finds value in to put it on their body, to take that energy with them every single day, whenever they put it on. And that to me is the most valuable thing. It could be 5, it could be 15, it could be 5,000, but your tribe will find you. However they find you, whenever they find you, but keep going and don't give up.
You inspired me. I got one more question. What does Ebijou mean? Like, how did that
Good question. Okay, so on that great American Airlines flight, after my very awkward encounter, I sat down trying to figure out what this thing would be called, right? And so I love my name. Of course, my name is Elma. My first initial is E. And so I love the letter E. If you ever go to my house, you'll see like E everywhere, even like constructed architecturally, really nerd stuff. But nonetheless, so I wanted to make sure that there was a piece of me in there. So that's the E. And bijou is how you say jewelry in Creole. So E, bijou, piece of me, piece of jewelry, together.
I love it.
Awesome.
I do have one quick question. So, and you can look at Imani for this, but just...
Yeah.
So, essentially, we just did your shoot 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the importance, from you being from St. Lucia, culture and art coming together is so important to you? Okay.
Thank you.
And then kind of like tie that into the recent shoot of the importance of relaunching your brand.
Okay. Whoa, Sabrina. Okay. So,
especially
my daughter
talk about like how you were able to pick you look so diverse.
Yes.
It's not your typical look. That
absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Just bringing have culture and inclusivity.
Sure. When I first set out to relaunch Ebijou, I had a bunch of hurdles and I started questioning whether I wanted to relaunch or not. But really this like constant fire of like, no, keep going, trust yourself, trust your gut. And along the journey of speed bumps and potholes, I'm thankful for them because every pothole, every speed hump made me dial in intentionally. So it really kind of, the time made me sharpen the tools a lot. It made me take my time. And in that time of being intentional, making sure that I was relaunching this brand visually to echo everything that I saw around me. Beautiful women, not your typical, magazine model, not perfect, but perfectly imperfect, comfortable in their skin, comfortable in their bodies. And so selecting the beautiful women, the 4 beautiful models that we use for this campaign is just that. And each of them brought this unique personality and really themselves to each portion of the shoot. So the relaunch campaign is called Color is Character. And we used an open prompt saying color is and left the ending blank so that the customer can choose whatever color meant to them. And so I started off with a couple of prompts, and that's our campaign. So the first is color is voice. And it really is an artist using color, using her palette as her voice. It's her expression. She's an artist and she is sensitive about her, you know what? But really allowing her to be in that element and to be perfectly imperfect. And then our second piece is color is joy. And so you'll see, oh my goodness, this beautiful woman in this tutu and this pretty pink with confetti and bubbles, really kind of emulating joy and what that means to her. And then we have color is ritual, which is this beautiful golden hue, this reminder of ritual, this coming to yourself, this coming to your place. And the props for each of these are very specific. And so for color is ritual, I'm really excited to see everyone's feelings when that piece comes out, because she looks like a Baroque painting. I mean, this regal embodiment of ritual is amazing. And then lastly, but most closest to me, is color is memory. Color is memory is my journey. It's evoking these feelings in me as I am a little girl walking to the market with my mom, holding her hand, and being in the market at 5 o'clock in the morning, this hustle and bustle, and seeing these vendors, these women who are bold, and this is the price. This is the price. And they know that, listen, this is their livelihood. This is for their family, and they have community. They're talking to each other. They're bartering. They're selling. But this power, this beautiful boldness that's in each of them, that stays with me always. And so color is memory is a nod to that part of my history, part of my culture. And like I said before, it was really important to not just story tell, but to have people be able to see themselves in these images. And so I hope it resonates with our customer base, with our community, and I hope people end up loving it.
Last question.
Yes.
So when it comes to art and healing, how has the journey been for you connecting to your art, history, architecture, all the art forms of who Shore is? How has that been a key part of your healing journey as a woman, whether it's tapping more into your voice or tapping more into your creativity? How has your art helped you?
So art has definitely helped my healing process, and just with adulting, right? It is the thing that I go to that I know will not fail me. It is the one place that I can go to recharge, reconnect, and to just get back to myself. One of the biggest hurdles during this relaunching of Ebijou was the fact that I got pregnant with my daughter. And so I remember thinking to myself, like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to raise a little human, a newborn, continue this trajectory with Ebijou, continue with this campaign, with the launch, and all the things that are associated with like bringing a brand to life, right? Every piece of marketing, the packaging, everything. But this talk about healing, that is the thing that kept me going. Ebijou is what kept me going. That art, that connection to art. And believe it or not, my daughter empowered me to continue to keep going. It's like my family's always pouring into me. Don't stop. This is a piece of you. Don't let it go. So there's like constant, those signs on the road when you're driving. It's like, slow down. But mine are like, speed up, keep going, color here, don't exit, keep going. But that continuous process of reconnecting to color and texture, that vibrancy, is really the most healing piece of me, and the most heal piece of me through art.
Would you change the game if you could monetize? Who's making better stories, us or AI? Dang, what would happen if I never left my 9 to 5? What if I never became that trusted camera guy? If you at the bottom, do you ever aim high? I know we can do this together, let's unify. And that's it, Unification doesn't mean we're all the same, but it means we're writing our stories together. The ups, the downs, like me. I took a chance on myself, left my 9 to 5.